see what we can do. Scoreless first quarter. You surprised by that?
If you'd have told me that the Fall Classic would be tied 0-0 after the first quarter with these two offenses, I wouldn't believe you. I think you're crazy.
Yeah, the field conditions and the rain before the game, the 2 delays probably had something to do with that, but the Gorillas take over at their own 18-yard line. Pistol set, that's just going to be a turn in hand to Solomon Watkins now into the game for the Gorillas. Good running backs from Smith Cotton High School in Sedalia, Missouri.
You see Anthony Abanoha is struggling through the air so far, only completing 3 of 7 passes for 32 yards with some pretty bad incompletions. But back to Solomon Watkins, obviously last year had the hurt knee. He's been worked in slowly, and he's definitely a guy to look for coming into this game and going forward into the season.
Positive play for Watkins, gain of about 3 yards. Gorillas in their pistol set again. Castaneda motions across. It's going to be Watkins again. He turns it upfield, gets to about the 25-yard line before he's wrestled down. Eric Raymer of the Bearcats.
That showed the speed of Watkins on that play. We know he's a powerful back, but he's definitely got good north and south speed. He was able to try and break containment. He was able to get to the outside and get more positive yardage.
Yeah, you can just tell Solomon Watkins is a gym rat. When he had that hurt knee, if you go down there on the field, his biceps are massive, so he definitely hit the weight room hard worker. He's just glad to get back out on the field, as this is the first drive we've seen him in. He's been all 3 plays. Now Abanoa in the shotgun with Watkins right next to him. Trips to the top of the field. The lone man at the bottom would be John Brown. Abanoa goes to John Brown on a quick slant. That's going to be a first down. Gorillas picking on Brian Dixon.
That was a good throw by Anthony Abanoha and a good route by John Brown, able to get past the jam and able to make that catch, make it secure. And he wasn't, once again, trying to run without the football.
1st and 10 Gorillas.
Very, very good pursuit that time by the defensive line for the Bearcats.
Abanoha will drop back, and he'll look across the middle to Luke Rampy. Misses the ball and brought down in the secondary. He got slammed down pretty hard by safety Nate DeYoung.
That was a tough throw again for Abanoha, but he threw it behind him, and he really kind of left Rampy out to dry. The 2 former high school teammates trying to hook up there. Of course, teammates at Blue Valley High School in Stillwell, Kansas.
Yeah, whenever you have a receiver going across the middle, the throw has to be absolutely perfect for them to catch it, or else they're going to take a vicious hit. Luke Rampy stood in there well, took the contact. Just couldn't come down with the ball. Abanoa drops back, looks across the middle, and that will be a first down and then some for the Gorillas, as he is trying to be wrestled down and finally brought down by a couple Bearcats. Nate DeYoung finally brought down Gavin Lutman after a big, strong run after the catch.
That's a great example for the young kids to keep those knees high and keep them churning. He was not going to be brought down at first contact. He was able to get another 10, 15 yards just by sheer effort and sheer work ethic, and that's a great play from Lutman, and that may be the spark that this offense needs.
Brian Dixon couldn't bring him down. Clark Snodgrass was in there trying to help, and then Nate DeYoung finally cleaned up and brought him down. But the Gorillas back in Northwest Missouri State territory. This is the second time they've been to the Northwest Missouri State Bearcat 30-yard line. 5 wide all over the field. Abanoa's looking. He's going to throw it out of bounds in the direction of Andrew Castaneda, but just threw it over his head and out of bounds.
That was good coverage that time from the Bearcat secondary. There was a lot of routes going over the middle from the 5 wide receivers from Pitt State. Every single one of them was covered, and Abanoha had no choice but to maybe try and give Castaneda an opportunity to catch the ball, but it really looked like he just threw it away.
Abanoha. This is dangerous spot for the Gorillas. Tyler Shaw, Jordan Simmons, James Franklin all on the football field for the Bearcats, but there's going to be movement on the right guard of the Bearcats, Cody Carlson. And that's just going to push, coming out of a timeout. Coach Durrell just cannot like that. Coming out of a timeout, that's when you want to have a flawless play, and just having a mental error like that.
Well, Northwest has really cut down on those mental errors. They've already doubled their first half first downs. They had 4 first downs in the first half, 9 now in the second half. Definitely been a better second half offensively for both units, but especially with Northwest Missouri State, they've been able to put together a drive, and now this second drive, they're knocking on the door.
And there's some more ref conferences. They're just going to reset the game clock to 2:20, add 11 seconds to it. As the clock operator to wound the clock after the penalty. Now it's going to be play for 3rd and 12. James Franklin, Jordan Simmons. Offset Adams in the shotgun. Simmons goes out wide right. That's going to be a matchup to watch. Trevor Adams is going to drop back. Play action goes right to Simmons. Simmons through his hands. And no good. Pass coverage by Graylin Sanders. And Simmons is down again. That right calf or right hamstring may be giving him some problems.
It was a really good play by the Pitt State secondary. They knew that Simmons was going to be the target. Trevor Adams has really, really enjoyed throwing him the ball. And that Northwest has struggled on 3rd down, only converting 30% of them so far. They're 3 of 10.
Now the field goal formation.